Good afternoon, Clarky Racing here. Took the caliper off this bike because the piston wasn't freely moving in and out, and I put this in my parts washer. You can see from underneath the condition that the caliper was in, and I popped it into my parts washer. And I noticed previous owners of this bike, this is not my bike, had cross-threaded the thread there, and putting the thread in, I thought I'm going to have to re-tap this out, but an old trick, that goes in there and it's solid and it really doesn't want to turn. So what I did, turn it over, somehow hold it in a vise. I can't do it because I'm one-handed at the moment. Put this one in, the bolt that holds it into the place on the bike, get to the point where it gets really tight, and then screw it in with your Allen key or screwdriver or whatever you're using. By the time it gets down to the bottom, it's recut the threads. As you can see, it goes all the way in. Getting a bit close to you there. You can see a dirty hand. And the thread now, even though it looks a bit mucky in there, look at that, it goes in lovely. That's just a quick tip. Instead of you putting a tap down there, re-tapping it, or helicoiling it or anything like that. Sorry, I'm all hands and fists at the moment. As you can see, look, it's still turning. Wouldn't turn before when I took it off the bike, and I had to force that out. So there you go. That's how to, without having to spend lots of money on helicoils, buying a tap, because it'd be a British fine thread. That bolt is hardened, so going into aluminium will recut that quite easily. I don't know how you'd do it if it was a blind hole. Luckily on these bikes they don't have blind holes. You'd have to use a tap, but normally they're 6mm by 1, 8mm by 1.25, 10mm by 1, as I remember in my old days. You just re-tap them out. But that is the easiest way of, without buying taps, without having to use taps, without having to use helicoils or re-drilling them out. Simple as that. Hopefully that's some information for you. Speak to you soon, Clarky Racing.